Little Miss Recap contains adult language. Little Miss Recap is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name is Amy, and I'm here with Amanda, my twin flame. And we are also joined today by Corey and Carly of Surviving Reality / Surviving Sister Wives / Surviving Gypsy Rose / Surviving
Life.
Plathville, Surviving.
Polyfamily.
Polyfamily, yeah.
Polyfamily.
All the things.
All the things.
Yeah.
And Salt Lake City. Yeah, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
They have 18 podcasts.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Rolled up.
So do we, Amy.
No,
I
you
mean,
don't.
To be fair, so do we.
We will talk about anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us in our Real Housewives of Salt Lake City rewatch.
Well,
What a
watch
journey.
First
for us.
time for us. Bravo
Yeah.
virgins over here.
I got to tell you, it was a fever dream going back and watching this episode because I don't
Mhm.
recall the first time.
I don't
Oh.
remember it at
Oh,
all.
interesting.
It was like a whole new experience.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Well, let me tell you. I'm going to tell you this. Here are the rules. You have to do your best not to spoil us.
Okay.
Okay?
As
Because
best
we
you can.
don't. All we know is Jen Shaw's up in jail. That's all we know.
Trying not to.
And that
Yeah.
she's scamming. We know she's scamming.
Yes.
And she's
But-
terrible. That
and
we
that's-
know.
That's
clear.
all we know, but we don't know beyond that. So can you
Mum's the word.
uphold this promise?
I will try. I will try my best. I try.
You do your
Okay.
best.
By the way, Corey, are you a Righteous Gemstones fan?
Yes, absolutely.
Because I thought I heard you make a little remark the other day, and I was like, "That's a Righteous Gemstone." I forget what
Yes.
it was, but you
Yeah.
said something, and I was like,
Oh,
got
plenty
it.
of
Watch
those. Yeah.
this.
Uncle
I
Baby
thought it was a
Billy.
reality show for a long time.
It kind of is.
Okay. Well, I thought it was reality. Guys, remember, I also thought Vanderpump Rules was about a shoe store. So I should not be
Oh, yeah, the
I
pumps.
should not be trusted with
The
anything.
pubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, see?
yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
It does make sense.
It makes way more sense that it would be.
That about
You
a
know what?
restaurant,
That's going to be something Bravo's going to look to pitch now.
a shoe
Yeah.
store.
Why haven't we done this?
With the pumps.
It's going to be like Rothy's, but like somehow with drama.
"Yes, yes."
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk. We're talking today about Jen Shaw's hip hop party that she is throwing.
At Top Golf.
I'm so white, I can't even say hip hop.
I know.
Hip
I'm
hop.
like,
Yeah.
Hip hop.
Hip
hop.
hop.
Hip hop and
hip-
a hip and a hip hop and won't stop. Guys, okay, we need to talk about this. So Jen Shaw is all about the Shaw Chalet and all of her money and all of her things. They're at fucking Top Golf
Yeah,
for this
Her-
party.
Did
Yeah.
her second
My nephew
assistant
though had
do
his
it?
bar mitzvah there, and that was great
Oh.
for a bunch of 13-year-old kids.
Mhm.
See,
Good
Top
time.
Golf always feels very corporate to me. It feels
think
like
that could
team
work, too.
building. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
It doesn't feel like a hip hop party with a lot of rich people.
Do we have Top Golf in Pennsylvania?
Yes, we do. Just not near you.
Not near me. No, we have Top Dog, which used to be a pool hall, an
Oh,
arcade.
I thought you were going to say it was a hot dog place, and I was ready to.
They did
go
sell hot
wherever.
dogs. They
Yeah.
did sell hot dogs.
Okay.
And we used to go there when we were 13 because they would let us smoke in the building. So
Oh,
we would
nice.
go there to smoke.
I
Score.
should say, I know that there are at least two Top Golfs in Philadelphia. One is in Philadelphia proper, and one is in King of Prussia.
I always end up driving by Top Golfs, and then I go,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah," because it's like, what is this monstrosity?
It's a
of
very
net?
distinctive looking building.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak as the only parent of a child in this group and say I hate miniature golf with the fire of 1,000 suns because
hate
I
it
had
too.
to do it with my children 85 times and I hated every second of it.
Well, here's
hate
the
it.
kicker: it's not
not miniature
golf. It's like a
Oh,
driving. It's like a driving
actual
range.
golf.
No, it's
Oh,
a
no,
driving
no.
range.
It's like a driving range with challenges.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
wouldn't know because you didn't actually see many people
people
play
playing
golf
nobody was-
in this episode.
Just Justin on
This-
his lonesome, trying to working on his handicap out there all alone.
this might explain why on one of our backcountry roads up here we have a drive-in range called Pops Golf.
Hmm.
Uh
I
huh.
think
You're
the
gonna
guy
get
is
sued.
trying to steal.
Like Top
Wink, wink.
Yeah, maybe.
Pops
Maybe.
golf.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty cool setup. They're like multi-levels and you have a little bay booth thing and you hit a golf ball with a driver and like depending on where you go, you get different amounts of points depending on how far you go or how
Oh,
precisely you go.
what's the least amount of points you can get? Because that's where I'd go.
I've been to them twice. I haven't touched a golf ball or a golf club.
Okay. All
Not my
right.
thing.
You were just there for
Just
the
saying.
hip hop.
I was there for the hip hop or the bar mitzvah or my friends drinking.
If I could tell you how many times I have written in my notes, why are these grown women doing this? It's
Yeah.
it's
I-
quite a bit. I've had and I text to Amanda the other day, like, I have a confession I think I'm finally ready to make publicly. I hate this show.
And
It's
I'm
9
enjoying
episodes.
it. I'm
It's
enjoying
a
it a
9.
lot more than I thought I would.
Yes.
I do
Nope.
describe it as rich people middle school.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how they behave.
Season one, it feels different because we came back to it and dropping in on it now, it's like, oof, these don't rewatch well.
Yeah.
The season one stuff.
They become
Mhm.
professional housewives. Give them some
Yes.
time to
Okay.
get into it, get
Mhm.
acclimated, get some beef with each other.
They were working on the format. They didn't really know what they had yet. So it was still in its infancy here. But 9 episodes in, they had
I
some
hate it.
stuff laid out. But yeah.
We have
it's-
our ranking though of how we feel about these people. Should we share that, Amy?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Number 1 is Heather. We like her best.
Right.
Mhm.
We like Whitney second.
Okay.
We like Meredith third. We like your girl Lisa Barlow fourth.
Oh, yeah.
And then we flip back and forth on Mary and Jen, but I think I'm Jen at the bottom at this
Jen
point.
at the bottom.
Yeah.
Jen at the bottom. Whitney is
You
slipping.
guys are just looking at us
Whitney
like,
is
yeah, you
slipping in
poor
the
sweet
order
summer
for
children.
I feel like we've been spoiled by everything that happens in the future.
Yeah.
So we have
Yeah.
different
But-
opinions about people. But I would say that's pretty close
For
to where I
season
think we
one.
would have ranked them for season
Yeah,
one.
for
But Whitney
season
has
one.
never been at my top.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And our favorite side characters are Steve Perry, Whitney's father,
Whitney's dad, yeah.
and Brooks.
Brooks.
Who we
Well,
ca-
first
we call-
episode, we were
Yes.
like, oh, Brooks, he's kind of like David Rose. He's a delight. And now I'm like, I can't believe I sullied the name of David Rose. I apologize to Dan Levy, to all of Schitt's Creek, all of these people. This child is insufferable. Absolutely.
Did you see
insufferable.
Bravo is there's a new show with kids that came from other Bravo shows. and he's going to be
Yes.
on it.
He's
Yeah.
gonna be on it.
He's going to be
God.
on it. Ugh.
Yep.
Mhm.
So the positive things I will say about this experience of watching this for the first time is I have now learned I can trust my instincts, and when I think something is not for me, it is not for me. Second of all, the production values are much better than House TLC.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my god, why can't we do the beep 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 beep, beep and rewind and see things on TLC?
Yes.
Matt Sharp is asleep at the wheel over there.
Or
Oh, yeah.
we see things that didn't happen the episode before in some sepia tone, so we pretend like it's the olden times. And it's like, that happened last week. Why are we
Amanda,
doing this?
I think you're referencing Puddle Monkey, and if that's the case, they are even below TLC.
Yeah, they are. That's
Matt Sharp.
true. Matt Sharp, Matt Sharp needs to go back.
When
You're
I say
correct. He's a
TLC, I
Puddle
just
Monkey.
mean Matt Sharp, like he owns the entire network.
Obviously.
At this point, pretty close.
Yeah, he's
Pretty
getting
close.
there. One piece at a time.
I guess
Yeah.
Bravo is for the more sophisticated viewer because they can figure out and piece together what happened when somebody showed up at someone's house and had a lengthy conversation, and we see the 2 bits of it that were actually important.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't need to
Filling
see the
in.
whole thing
Yeah.
in chronological order. Otherwise, we wouldn't understand what happened.
Well, I think that was what episode of Sister Wives was that? It was the whole entire conversation was Janelle and Mary out on Coyote Pass recently, where they were
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about the land, and it was like that was it. All 3 segments of when you saw them on camera, that episode was that single conversation. So it was like
Nothing
I-
happens.
it was the comparison point, like when we were watching The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones at the same
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
And then you don't realize how slow the storytelling is on The Walking Dead until you start watching another show where it was like, I mean, Game of Thrones, eventually the wheels came off. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
at that time, I was like, oh my gosh, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened in one episode of Game of Thrones. That would have been like 3.5 seasons on The Walking Dead.
Well, season 1 of The Walking Dead was real tight. I liked
Very
it. It was
good.
much better.
Yeah. I never watched it.
I'm just gonna throw
Oh.
out a reference that I always say. Sophia's in the bar. I always say that.
Well, to save everybody a lot of time on season 2, which was painful. Yeah. They
Yeah.
lost a lot of people on season 2.
But season 1, I thought was I don't know. We hung in there on Walking Dead way past when we should have.
Us too.
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think I made the mistake. I read the graphic novel and
Oh,
then that put me
okay.
ahead. And then I was like, the show is way too slow. Because when
We
we were
were-
just watching the show, it was okay. It was
We
okay.
were just talking about who's the actor we were talking about yesterday. The guy who plays Negan,
Oh,
Jeffrey
yeah.
Dean Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes.
Amanda never saw Walking Dead, so I'm like, oh my god, he's Negan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
know
she
him
only
from
knows him as a
Watchmen.
good guy.
Oh,
the-
no, I knew him from Watchmen, so then he
Watchmen
was
was great too.
that was
Yeah.
like the mix.
No, he's
Yeah,
the
good and bad.
he's the hottie like Irish dude that Hilary Swank winds up with in P.S. I Love You, and he's Denny from Grey's Anatomy.
He is Negan.
He's
Heartthrob.
Denny.
Negan's kind of a heartthrob too. in
He's
his
got
own
range,
weird
huh?
way. He's got range.
The tears I cried over Denny on Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, no.
God.
I never saw it.
Yep.
Okay. Are we ready?
Let's do this.
Okay, I'm going to lead the discussion. I'm going to lead the summary. Everybody just chime in when necessary.
It's
So
as
we're
if
gonna
we've never recapped before,
I
guys.
know,
Just
right?
She's explaining to us how we do this.
We're going to start at Jen Shaw. So we pick up on Jen Shaw with her 17th assistant. This woman is fucking ridiculous. And she's like, I need your help planning Coach Shaw's party. It's the biggest surprise party ever. Like everything is the biggest. Everything is the best. Everything is. She's trying, Amanda, to give love to receive more love. So even this party is not about him.
No, this party is manipulation. Everything this woman does in every moment of her life is manipulation of somebody.
Corey's
What do
shaking
you-
his head. Yes. Are we
Harley's just
correct?
nodding. Yes.
What do
yes,
you
are
do?
correct.
Well, I'm thinking too of what do you have a second assistant do? What is it?
And what does the fourth then do?
She's just
I don't
hired
know.
friends. She
Yeah,
has hired
like,
friends.
At
That's
this
it.
point, I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do with one assistant, let alone like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have no idea what you're assigning these people to do. If it's just focusing on one singular task, where this is like birthday parties, so like that's the specialty is kind of more events stuff, I guess.
Maybe it's strategic so that there's not one person who knows everything that's going on for
That's
when they
possible.
That must
ultimately
be
get
it.
subpoenaed.
Compartmentalizing.
possible.
Yeah, it's firewalling. That's
Do
Right.
we
what it
know if
is.
all of these assistants are like 40-hour-a-week workers?
Probably not.
I don't
Probably
think she's
not.
given benefits.
No, this is
No.
like freelance,
Yeah, no, we're 1099ing these people real quick.
yeah,
We're not.
yeah.
She essentially has just hired friends.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So she tells this assistant that she wants this party to be Shaw-mazing,
Stop.
Trademark.
shabulous,
Did you write the checks to use all these terms, Amy, for this episode? I hope.
Shabam.com.
Shabam.com.
And she wants to incorporate hip hop and golf.
Yes.
Two great tastes that taste great together. I don't know what's happening here.
It's like chocolate and caramel. Like the
She-
flavors just
Again, because she threw that $80,000 party for Meredith, and her husband's most important party ever is at Topgolf.
yeah.
I don't
Well,
understand.
I don't think that you're allowed to contractually have a party of that size in a rental, though.
Yeah, you're
You guys know
breaking
that is the rental.
the Airbnb rules.
That's true. That's true.
Is Shaw Chalet a rental?
Yes.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
okay, that's a spoiler I enjoy.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
I
a
don't
good
know if
quality
they ever
spoiler.
talked about
don't
it
think they talk
on the
about it
show.
on
It
the
was
show.
like a
Here's the thing: since we know what ends up with Jen Shaw, I don't care if we're spoiled on her.
Yeah,
because we
she
know
goes
where
to
she
jail
ends
for
up.
fraud.
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
she just disappears off the show,
Yeah.
obviously.
In what
Yeah.
season?
Pretty quickly. Well, there is a
Is it
courtroom
season
drama
4?
season.
Is the end of her? I think.
Well,
I think
3
it's
or 4?
season 3.
whenever
when it all
Monica
goes
shows
down,
up.
from what I've heard.
Monica is the replacement of Jen.
Okay.
So whatever
Okay.
season
Oh yeah,
she's
so
on,
she's 4.
that's
and
it.
then 5 was what was just on.
yes. So
Okay.
I think it was end of season 3 is where it's no more Jen.
Well, now we're over at Mary's because she's not invited to this party, and she's talking to Robert, her husband, and she says, when my grandma passed, she left me everything, all of her homes and her husband. Again, this is fucking weird.
Too close. Too
Things I have
close.
never said. I'm married to my grandfather.
Just imagine, I'm going to get very graphic for a minute. So if you're in the drive-through, you might want to hit pause. Just imagine that your husband's dick was also inside your grandmother.
Yeah,
Just think about that for 1 second.
I don't think
No.
they're having a lot of sex.
they had it
Well,
at
they
least once.
Had it once.
Once.
Yeah.
So they say.
One and
Well,
done.
I mean, she's the one who said she had her period for like 4 months, so she didn't have to bang him after
True.
the wedding. So,
Which I mean is like that. This is trauma. This
Yes.
is like, okay. So they have homes in Salt Lake City, Vegas, Orlando, New York, but they don't share them. Nobody rents them out. They're not allowed.
mm-mm.
They're unoccupied, full of stuff.
Mhm.
So
Full
if
of-
anybody wants to locate one,
and just
break in
and
while
grab
they're
all the
not
shit.
there.
as long
Yeah.
as there's not a car in the driveway, you're home free.
You're good.
Basically. is what that is. Indiana? That was a surprise. I wasn't expecting that.
I didn't see Indiana.
I think
she said Carmel, Indiana, right?
She said Carmel,
Oh,
Indiana.
okay.
And I said,
Okay.
Indiana? Because I immediately thought of Gary
What are their
from
tax
Teen
laws
Mom.
there? Maybe she's trying to get away with something.
Maybe.
That's
Yeah.
probably a tax haven.
Most likely, yeah.
So she is crying again. Grown women crying that they're not invited to parties. I just okay.
Okay, the origin of this, because I'm trying to recall, because this was a long time ago, is
Mhm.
because of the "you smell like hospital"
Yes.
comment,
We're
right?
still on
Yes.
you smell like
Still.
hospital gate.
Yes, we're still litigating this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even though she's explained it. We
After
are
the
still-
lunch where they yelled at each other and they called each other ghetto, and one of them said, "You can't do this in front of like the maitre d," and was all upset.
Stewart,
Yeah, or whatever.
whatever his name was. Yeah.
So is that why Jen feels emboldened to do a hip hop party now? Is because then that was the last exchange that they had?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know what is
don't know.
happening here.
This is strange.
So
This is-
Mary's crying and she says, the girls all know I'm right, but they're just scared of Jen. They will not stick up for me to Jen. And Bobby's like, baby, I'm on your side. Granddaughter, I'm on your side. So now we go to Heather and we meet Billy, Heather's ex. Amanda, first impressions.
Not into him.
What happened to this man?
It looks like he's on drugs, actually. Like the pictures of him with the family versus him now, he looks like he's aged like 20 years and he looks very thin
Yes.
compared to what he looked like before.
Rough Mormon look.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know you guys are like,
Keeping my mouth shut.
No, rough Mormon. Yeah, I think we said like standard issue Mormon. Like I think the way his jeans fit. I think like there's something about that look and the way that he like came in from the front door. Well, first of all, we were like, "Who's this dude?" Because you don't see him much.
I thought he was the girl's grandfather. I thought he was
boy.
Heather's father in the previews, like when we saw last time on.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, Heather's father's visiting."
No. The
I
girl's
could
father.
never imagine the two of them together.
No, they do
Doesn't
not
make
look like they
sense.
match.
Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support. So Heather says he checked all the boxes. He was over 6 foot. He was handsome. He was rich. And that's all that mattered. They got engaged within 3 months, but very quickly they learned they were not compatible. And here's an example she gives us.
This happened on the third day of their marriage, by the way. This
They
example
went-
she's going to give.
They went to see Scary Movie 3. And
Scream.
there was a glory hole in the movie. And he had to get up and leave in disgust. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
And he withheld sex from her for like weeks to show her how awful the glory hole was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Corey and Carly silent.
It's bizarre.
It's usually
You know what, Amanda, I'm wondering if we should. No, I was going to say, I'm wondering if we should find out what happened because we're not going to do season 2.
Well, I'm going to watch it.
But yeah, you're
I'm
gonna
in
watch
now.
It's
I'm
the
invested in
Toby-
this.
it's
I
like the
kind of hate
Toby-
myself for it, but I'm in it.
You'll have to read Bad Mormon.
I
Yeah.
listened to
You
it.
did.
I listened to
Oh.
the whole
Oh, you
thing. I
did?
enjoyed it.
They
I
keep
really
trying to get
enjoyed
me
it.
to listen to it on Spotify, but I still haven't clicked on it yet.
Yeah,
But
that's-
it's kind of, this is like the Toby from The Office where he's like, this may be the first time where a male subordinate is trying to leverage a wage increase by withholding sex from their female
yes,
superior.
yes,
Yes.
So it felt like anytime that's used where it's like, I'm going to show you, and then the guy is withholding sex, I
Mhm.
think that's always a very interesting examination into the power dynamic of that relationship.
And anytime Michael Scott springs to mind, you know
happy.
that something's off.
Yes.
Yes.
Little
If
bit.
you're
Yes.
liking it to anything you've seen on The Office, it's a problem.
Yeah.
It
we
makes
love
me
the
enjoy
Office.
the problem,
Yes.
but it's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a relationship guideline that we should probably go
No.
for here. I don't think so.
So they finally separated over the daughter's time of her baptism. Heather was like, I'm having this baptism at 0800 hours. And Billy's like, fuck off, ma'am. I'm gone.
That's literally
was
what
it.
happened. They had it planned. And like everything was set. The invitations were out, the whole 9 yards. And he's like, my sister can't make it. Can we change the time? And she's like, no, like this whole thing is set. And he's
Oh, this
like,
was in her book?
yeah. And he's like, okay, then I'm leaving you next week.
Here's a
Oh.
solution. You leave a jar with balloons attached to it, and you just let people know,
a different address, and it'll be
different
fine.
date, different time, different place, but you got close. You came close, but it's not here. Sorry.
That may have been one of the most relatable moments of those women, because I would do something like this. I would write the wrong address on an invitation. So Heather says, I only married to have kids and have an eternal family. So losing my husband was like losing everything.
Yeah. She was devastated.
She was devastated. Now Whitney comes over to Mary's, and they're both Libras, and they hug about it. And I say, you should hug about that. Yes. Libras unite.
Yes.
Corey and Carly, what are you?
Oh God.
I'm an Aquarian.
Aquarian?
Aquarius.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's an Aquarian.
Aquarian.
Yeah.
My husband's an Aquarius. When's your birthday?
January 27th.
Okay, he's February 17th. And Corey?
There you go. Yeah, I'm like one of the hybrid.
You're on a
cusp.
between like a Gemini and a Taurus.
Okay.
So that's May
All
into
right.
June, right?
Yeah. May 21st.
When's your birthday?
I think you're literally.
I think
like,
I share
right.
Logan's birthday. May
Daddy
21st.
Corey.
Hey, Logan, that's a good one to
guess
share.
so.
Mm-hmm. So they're Libras. They're happy. And I think it's Whitney has the Libra tattoo on her wrist.
Yeah.
And Mary wants people to put booties over their shoes because she keeps things real neat. And I missed this. I didn't write it down because I don't remember what scene it was. But at one point, Mary's on the phone complaining about how, Robert's been out of town and I'm here, just slugging along and getting everything done. And who's her servant's name? Her maid?
Cousin.
Her
That
cousin.
she cares nothing
her
about.
squatter, as I call her. Shalandra or whatever her name
Yeah.
is. She's over there like, what? I fucking cook every meal for you. What are you talking about, bitch?
Is that who was in the hallway vacuuming?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. She came over to bring Robert Jr. a gift and never left, according to Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think
And
the
she
booties-
spends every day with
it's an
her.
Elizabeth Smart situation.
She spends every day with her. She's my cousin, but I don't really know anything about her.
No, she knows nothing about her,
Okay.
says the narcissist. I know nothing about anybody else in my life.
the booties though, like, is it? I mean, I guess I understand like where she's coming from for the booties instead of saying, "Hey, take your shoes off at the door," because then I feel like Mary would get more freaked out by people running around with their dogs
Naked
out.
feet.
Yeah. So she has a huge closet. Whitney says, you may be a hoarder. Not sure. Unclear. Mary brings up Jen not inviting her to the party. She's like, this is bullshit. Whitney says, is this fear-based? And Mary says, yeah, Meredith and Lisa are flat out scared of her.
Whitney is a shit stirrer.
Yes, she is.
Yes.
Yes,
Big
she is.
time.
It's like all these girls are in 8th grade.
Yeah.
But Whitney's in 7th. So she hasn't matured to the 8th grade level yet. And so she's a little more shit stirrery than the others.
She's a real messy drunk, which doesn't help.
Looking back on it too, like there wouldn't be much in season 1 without Whitney instigating a lot of it. She is kind of tying things together and keeping the groups where there's like the separations that build out, and then she keeps those pieces connected though, so then that way she can pass messages between the groups to keep everyone upset about stuff.
I have always felt that Whitney and Heather have worked together to ensure that they get camera time and that they're starting shit.
So in episode 10, because I watched ahead because we're recording episode 10. We were supposed to record today, but we're not. I noticed that. Like they're actually meeting and being like
making plans.
Yeah, what do we do? Yeah. I like Heather though. I really do. So Whitney
Carly,
feels
your face is killing me.
Season 1 Heather. Season 1 Heather. Yes, season 1 Heather.
Okay, now we need to go to Meredith and Seth's. Friday is Valentine's Day, and Brooks is like, how are things with you and Dad? Mom, where's the pizza rolls? And she says, well, we've been in couples therapy and, we're working things out. And Brooks laughs and he's like, why do you have to go to therapy to learn not to attack each other?
I mean, on some level, it is a valid point. Like, why do we have to go to therapy to learn how to be nice to each other? But okay.
Can I just say, Amy, I love your vaudevillian voice, though, for Meredith. It's
she's like an old-timey gangster.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she
Pretty
does the
accurate,
shoulder
actually.
shimmy. She does the shoulder shimmy, which
She
I
does.
can't do because of
Those
my
sounds.
boobs, but she does do it. So Brooks is so annoyed by his parents. He is not here for them. And Meredith says, Seth and I are in a better place now. And then we see them being all lovey-dovey. And Brooks tells the camera, this is revolting. I
Was
think I
this
could have a show just with
Actually
these
relatable.
people. Yeah.
Was this Valentine's Day? Like, did this count as their Valentine's Day date where they were just torturing Brooks and ordering in?
I think so.
Which honestly, the torturing part might be worth it.
Okay, so I have to say something. And it's going to be real hard for Corey and Carly not to spoil this, but I'm going to say it. And I just want you to feel it, receive it, and sit with it. This Seth and Meredith shit feels so fucking fake to me. Like they are just putting on an act. Amanda?
It does feel fake to me as well. Corey, you want to say something so badly?
It's funny to think about because this feels oddly similar to
where they are today.
Oh,
Okay.
so we're
this
still
just
doing the
seems-
same dance back
it
and forth.
seems like a continuation of their story, and so to go back now and it's like, wow, we
It'll
haven't
keep
really.
being a storyline. Like what is going on between them, and there are lots of rumors about what they do, maybe outside of their marriage to one another.
I was just going to say, if
are we
you
in like a
told
Secret
me,
Lives of Mormon Wives soft swinging situation,
if
maybe?
you told me they were in an open relationship and agreed to be
I wouldn't be
married for the
shocked.
cameras, I would not be surprised at all. This feels so fucking fake.
I don't know that we ever really get an answer. It's
No.
just there's lots of
It's
rumors
lingering.
about them for many, many years.
From
Yeah.
Whitney? Is Whitney the one spreading the
From
rumor?
Probably.
multiple,
Probably.
yeah, and it's like that's always brought up. Whoever's new in the cast always has to like resurface that, so it just seems like kind of a recycled angle at this point.
Well,
Interesting.
Brooks says he knows they're soulmates, but gross. But I have to say, I don't think Brooks is a reliable narrator here. I don't trust him.
No.
So Meredith says, the kids are grown now and we don't need to focus on them anymore. And then Seth asks Meredith to sit on his lap and Brooks warns them not to have sex.
Mm.
Well, he has the
He
room.
go take his Gap sweatsuits and put tape on them and then call it fashion. So he's very
Well, he-
Oh, we had a big debate. I need you two to weigh in on this. Amanda and I are
Oh.
at odds. We are like
Uh-oh.
fighting with each other
Mhm.
because
Mommy and mommy don't fight very often.
No.
Right about this one.
because Brooks had a fashion show.
Yes,
And Seth could not come. And I said Brooks was being a big old baby about it. And Amanda said Seth was being a big old asshole about it. So where do we stand?
I don't know that I remember that, but
I remember the fashion show, but I don't remember Seth.
It was
not being a
during
part of it.
Sundance.
That's-
We had
I'm
the
gonna
fashion show.
plead my case first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Seth called him, videotimed him, and was like, I love you, have a great show. And then he still and Meredith was there. So he had plenty of support.
Yes.
And he's also like what, 22 years old?
21. But yeah.
Okay. Amanda, go ahead. Plead your case.
This is like the biggest thing that this kid thinks has ever happened to him. And his dad has money to burn. Like he could have flown in for the night and flown back out. And then like a week later, he came in for snowmobiling and
Okay.
couldn't be there for his kids thing. Mm-mm.
okay. I think I've come to. Do you have
you go for
an
it.
opinion?
Yeah, fire off.
Render your
Okay.
verdict.
Yeah.
So first, I was on your side, Amy, but I think I've changed that because we
God
did.
damn it. I
see-
should know always have the last word. That's how it works.
We did see Seth come into town for just a day to go on a trip on this show in the last
Mhm.
season. So it feels like you could do it if that was a priority.
It's like,
Okay.
I'm not worried about him
Yeah.
not having enough room on his Amex to like book the last minute flight.
Okay.
Like
Fair enough.
just be
Fair
there
enough.
for the night.
I'm going to die on this
Now,
hill.
I will say I did not realize that Brooks's whole fashion line was one sweatsuit with his name in like duct tape on it. If I had
Masking
known
tape.
it was quite that janky,
Mhm,
I might not
mhm.
have died on this hill, but now I'm on it, so I'm dying on it.
Yeah. So your parents should only show up if the quality of art is high. So then
Yes.
my
If
it's
parents
worth
never would have come to any of my poetry readings.
That's why my parents didn't come to anything, period, because there was not high quality over here. Who are we kidding?
So Whitney heads over to her friend Sarah's house and she's like, I love Sarah. She's been divorced and kicked out of the church like I have. And we have friends. And she tells this story now that Justin's parents pretty much are in denial, and it took them 7 years to even put her wedding picture on the wall. But even then, they included the ex-wife and her new husband's picture next to them.
That's amazing.
It's a weird flex. Yeah, that's a power move and a half, I think.
Are you guys? Do you guys? I forget. Watch 90 Day.
We haven't in a couple of seasons.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're out of the loop.
There's a couple this season, Mark and Mina, and like Mark's house is covered with photos of his ex-wife. And Mina's like, he's a pilot, so he was gone for 5 days. So she's like taking this all down, taking all the pictures down, and then going through photos of him with other people. Now he's like a private pilot, and she gets this one. She goes, "Who is that woman?" It was Kamala Harris.
I saw that clip and I said, we need to stop. We need to start watching 90 Day.
Yeah, this
again.
season's good. This season's good.
Oh man.
I will
She's all
say
upset
that
about Kamala Harris.
I will say Timmy's mother immediately changed some of the photos in the house when we started dating and took down the ones of him and his ex-girlfriend
That's
and
a good
put me
choice.
in there.
That's a good choice. Yeah.
Which was, I mean, Timmy was like, we're all fine with this other person. It's not a
Right.
big deal. But
Yeah.
Okay. So now the Barlows go to an aquarium. We're taking our kids to an aquarium. And she says, this is part of our plan to spend more time with the kids. And we all just treat our house like a flop house. We just throw things and go our own ways. And Henry even calls his room his apartment. So there might be a problem. You think? You think?
That ages pretty badly.
Oh,
As you
I
get further.
come for her parenting.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, her
Oh,
parenting
yeah.
is
And
a
it's
real
her
problem.
and him. I'm not giving him a free pass either.
Yeah, they're not showing up.
So the boy, she says, okay, she claims
The boy.
that these children came to her with an idea to create a men's grooming line called Fresh Wolf.
Which sounds like a dog food brand.
Or something Dwight Schrute
like-
would do. We're
yeah.
back at the office.
Or like chili, you know?
It sounds like
fresh
something-
chili.
The brand of chili. Yeah.
It sounds like something Cody wants Robin to call him when they're having sex.
Oh, yeah.
So, so she says, you know, this family, when we're going to do something, we do it. Okay. And then this sweet day out turns into a business meeting. Now, I have no doubt that these boys picked the name Fresh Wolf, but I bet you she was talking about a grooming line and they said, Mommy, what about Fresh Wolf? And they
she
were,
said,
she
"You're
was
in."
like, oh, this is yours. You're CEO now.
Right.
You're on the ground floor for this.
The way to
And
spend
then-
time with our children is to build more businesses with them.
Yeah, and now you're on the hook for it. And the
Yeah.
reason why they're talking about it at the aquarium is so that they can expense the tickets as a business expense now.
Right.
True.
Because they did
True.
the penguin experience, so you know that
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
spent money on
They
that.
shelled out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now
They
we're
got
going to go.
the donut that looked like a penguin too that they were snacking on
Oh.
after.
They
Yeah,
hit
did not hold
the
back.
gift shop too, I guarantee it.
Yes, they did
Mhm.
not hold back.
My
They
husband
probably
got
bought
me an
wolf
otter
stuff.
experience once. They're pretty cool.
An otter. See,
Ooh.
Carly, we did the dolphin experience one
Yeah,
time.
we
got
did
to
do
meet an
that.
otter.
That was like a life-changing thing for Carly, though. That was like
Yeah.
a dream come true.
Is
I
no
cr-
one
I
going to pick
cried.
up on the fact that I said they probably went to the wolf exhibition and realized it was an aquarium? Sounds like Carly's animal facts.
It does.
Could be.
Didn't even catch it.
Yeah,
I wonder
no
why.
corrections needed. Yeah.
So let's do the party, shall we?
No, let's go.
Jen says Coach Shaw thinks they're just going on a date, and we see Brooks picking out Meredith's outfit. Jen's outfit is completely ridiculous.
The
I
fuck is
said-
this woman wearing?
It was if it's Jen in a Beyonce jacket, why is it Michael Jackson? Why does that how is that
thought
equation?
it was Madonna Open Your Heart, and then I realized that's just the Gen X reference for these things.
Yeah.
It's more Janet Jackson from the Super Bowl
Okay,
with the nipple slip.
Okay, because
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
did keep talking about the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was a lot of
Yeah.
Super Bowl stuff.
Meredith and Lisa are going solo. Jen tells Coach they're going out to Popeyes, and he's real happy about it.
I just
Honestly?
don't feel like they're a Popeyes family. I'd be down for Popeyes. Don't get me wrong, but
I
just
need
don't
to
feel
know,
like
is
this
he
a
in jail?
legit switcheroo.
No, he's not in jail.
He's not.
Do we think he was apprised of any of the crime?
I think he had to know something was not right.
I mean,
At
they had a
least-
shit ton of money that he probably wasn't making.
He
so
was
something had to
never
be
around, too, though.
Yeah, I would say like wire fraud or money laundering basically is what you could probably
Do we
catch.
think he flipped on her?
Oh.
Oh,
I don't
I
think
don't
I've
think
considered
so.
that,
Yeah,
Are they still
think he was-
married?
I believe so.
technically.
I don't know if they will be once she gets out of prison.
I'm going to find out. I need to know.
Yeah.
Are they
Yeah,
still
we
married?
need to
That's all
know
I'm
the
doing.
arc of her story since we know the end of it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I'll be very honest with you. I'm probably never watching
They
another
are
episode
still
past
married.
season 1.
Yes.
They are still married.
Legally.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So
Popeyes has a birthday trip though. Like I'm down.
I'd take
with
it.
some
I'd
Popeyes.
do it.
Yeah, I do
Yep.
it too.
Yep.
I'm down
Now
on
I'm
that.
one
He seemed
Popeyes.
disappointed to go to Topgolf.
Well, okay, so if you're this is the problem with if you're driving somewhere and it's like, oh, it's gonna be a surprise, and then you're building it up as like, oh, we're going to Popeyes. Okay, well, I'm now prepared for Popeyes. And then if
Yeah.
we're pulling into another parking lot and you're saying, oh, actually, we're doing hip hop top golf. Okay,
the
well,
same.
I'm not ready for that. And now can we just hit the drive-through real
But
quick?
is there
Right.
Popeyes
Yeah,
in
like
there?
is the Popeyes here?
Popeyes cater it? Because I'm really into the
Or-
Popeyes.
Yeah, now you've got me invested.
I want the
now I'm
mashed
shifting
potatoes with
gears.
like the vaguely Cajun-y gravy on it.
Right.
And the beans and rice, like
Yes.
that's a side that is
I'm just here
overlooked.
for mashed potatoes in any
Oh,
form,
Yeah, I love
shape.
mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support. So we get there and she is the Shaw Squad in neon. And I'm telling you that sign was at least $1,000. We should ask Cody. He sells signs all over the country.
That's right. He can,
Mhm.
and he can
Tell
tell
us
us exactly
everything
how
about
it's
him.
made. Yes.
Origin point, yeah,
So-
where the materials were sourced, everything about it.
So I just wrote, this is stupid. And then Whitney shows up and she's dressed like Run DMC from the 80s. From
She
the Walk
really
This Way
is.
video, 100%.
She's ridiculously dressed.
We have mock rap battles happening. It's
shouldn't
like, is
happen
this
with these
8
people.
Mile or is this Walk This Way? Like, what's happening? Whitney's doing some breakdancing, and Lisa tells the camera, Whitney needs a lot of attention. Like, stop twerking on another woman's husband.
I think Lisa
Okay.
was upset that she couldn't keep up. Maybe is that what
Yes.
it was?
I think it's that she looks at Whitney. She goes, "Oh, she's young and hot and can contort herself in those positions, and I can't do that because I'm Botoxed within an inch of my life and I can't move a single part of my body."
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well,
maybe I'm
once Whitney
projecting
gets
there.
into 8th grade, I have a feeling she's going to start the Botox.
Oh yeah, she does not look
Yeah.
the same.
No.
Her face
No.
has changed.
She's just in 7th, and legally she can't do it yet.
Yeah, exactly.
But Jen's the best dancer, so she wins
Oh, of
because
course.
she's the best.
Not because she's so frightening that they were afraid to not have her be the winner of the dance contest.
that has
right?
nothing to do with it. I don't know
That
where you're getting
woman-
that from.
That woman I know is in prison right now, and I'm scared of her.
Yeah.
She
So
can't
now-
come for me, and I'm scared of her.
Whitney pulls an Amy Archer move if I've ever seen one. And she has a couple glasses of wine and she's like, I'm going to broker peace in this situation. I am going to solve the Middle East crisis. Like, I'm going to bring people together. I'm going to solve problems that have been historically impossible to solve because I've had 3 glasses of wine and I can
She
do
is
this.
Shit-faced.
She's
She's so
slurring.
fucking
She's-
drunk.
And so she tries to get Heather in on this, and Heather's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, I'm up for it.
Uh-huh.
And I wrote, Whitney is sidestepping this in a million ways. She's like, so Jen, what if I had like, and she's going around, and Heather just goes, Meredith and Lisa are scared of you.
At one point she restarted. She was like, hold on, wait, take 2. Hold on. Let me
Speech
let me
isn't
try
going the way
again.
I planned. I need to
Wait a
start
minute.
over.
Mhm. This is me, and I love you so much when I'm drunk. I
Oh,
love you so much.
Amy really
But-
loves you when she's drunk. trust me.
Yes.
Was this solving a problem? This was bringing up a whole other set of
She
issues
thought
that
she was solving a problem.
Jen wasn't even aware of,
No.
and now she's upset
At this
about.
party.
Now's not the time, kid.
So, okay, Meredith and Lisa called Mary and they said they're afraid of you. Jen goes, do you know Mary is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Like, really? Seriously? Right now? Jen is pissed that they told her this now at the party. Jen's screaming, cursing. She calls Meredith and Lisa over. Meredith's like, hey, what's going on? And
I'm not engaging in the conversation here, see?
Exactly.
I'm disengaging. So Meredith says, I never had a conversation with Mary about Jen. This is ridiculous. Somebody's lying. And Lisa pulls Jen aside. They're all like pairing up.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa pulls Jen aside and she's like, this is so fucked up. Like, I don't know. What is my ROI on this? Like, why would I do this? And Whitney continues to spill this out. And now she's like, oh, and Jen has been saying that Meredith and Seth are fucking around in their marriage or something like that. Like, Whitney just keeps going.
Whitney is me when she's drunk, and that she tells everybody's secrets. And let me tell you exactly everything you've ever wanted to hear about anything.
I've witnessed that side of you. Yes.
Yeah.
I quite enjoy it, actually.
It's delightful, I'm sure.
It's in the vault.
I felt like she didn't get the reaction that she was hoping for with the first piece of tea she spilled.
No.
So then she came for Jen.
Kept going.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Because she knew you just press that little button on Jen and so Meredith says she's going to disengage, and she says people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Jen should worry about her own marriage.
Mhm.
And Jen is like, why is Whitney fucking with me right now at my husband's birthday party? And then she's screaming. She throws a glass. She's screaming, shut the fuck up about Mary. And I wrote, oh my God. She runs over to Sharif in front of everyone
Yes.
and is like, get me out of here. She's like a teenager.
Yeah.
I
This is
was like,
ridiculous.
Totally normal, even-keeled behavior that would not
Mhm.
scare anybody.
Yeah.
No.
Don't be afraid.
What's scary about this?
The
A woman
best
throwing
part-
glasses across the room.
the best part, he's dragging her out. You could see the look on his face.
He's
So
so
the
pissed.
son actually takes her out, and
Yeah.
she's stabbing all the balloons as she's going up the stairs.
Been there. Yep.
Her son is trying to calm her down. I think she has two kids, right? Omar and Sharif Jr.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Sharif Jr. is the older one. So it's
Yes,
Omar
think
who's
so.
with her. So this is a young kid
Yeah.
in the back of it, because he's like, what, 15, 16? He's in the back of the car going, Mom, calm down. Mom, calm down. First of all, PTSD from my own childhood. But second of all, if you have to witness your mom that drunk and screaming and freaking out, like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Well,
Something
this is
has
going to be.
There's a lot of poor choices that have gotten us here.
It'll be Whitney's fault though, because
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jen
Well,
will not
everything's
be
Whitney's
responsible for her own actions at this point because Whitney set her off. So it's Whitney's fault
It's
that
Whitney's
she's
fault.
making a scene.
Yes. So Sharif is telling their oldest son, Mom's drinking and doing some stupid shit.
Sharif is so
True.
over this.
True.
He's real pissed.
Guys, I would like to end the episode with a quote from my favorite writer, F. Scott Fitzgerald, out of his classic, The Great Gatsby.
Mm.
They were careless people, Tom and Daisy. They smashed up things and creatures and then retreated back into their money or their vast carelessness or whatever it was that kept them together and let other people clean up the mess they had made.
Yeah,
That is
Should've
how
had a
I
great
summarize
Gatsby
this.
party.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Do they have a Great Gatsby party at some point? This feels like
Whitney
prime
did.
for them.
Whitney did. Remember, she had the
Oh.
20s party?
She had the 20s party, yes,
Which
but it
is
wasn't
Gatsby.
specifically a Great Gatsby party.
But,
But yeah,
but this is exactly, they are Tom and Daisy. They are
Mhm.
like destroying shit and not giving, not so much Coach, but Jen. She just destroys shit and makes other people pick it up. And that's
Yep.
what I hate about her.
doesn't give a fuck.
Mm-mm. No.
She is a spoiled brat, and I don't like her.
Yeah.
It'll be
I'm glad she's in jail.
fascinating when she gets out of prison, though, to see if Bravo picks her back up like they did with some of the other housewives who have had similar situations.
When is she getting out of jail? Like, how long is she in jail?
So they keep reducing her sentence.
Okay.
I think that next year.
For good
At this
behavior,
point,
I guess.
she can get
must
out,
be
like, the
throwing
end
good
of next
parties in
year?
there or something. Yeah.
November 3rd, 2026.
Will we have a Jen Shaw Life After Lockup picked up by Lifetime TV?
Oh, that'd be exciting.
That'd be solid.
Can we get Rod to come over?
Ooh.
Oh boy.
I don't want Rod over there by her.
I really
I
wanted
was just trying to get more
something-
Rod on your television.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
They should have filmed them in jail, though, because isn't she friends with what's her? I always forget her name.
Oh yeah. Elizabeth Holmes.
Yes, They're in the same prison right
They're-
now.
They're
Isn't
like.
she a criminal too?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
the single drop of blood. Yeah, they're like buddy. They're working out in the
That-
yard
that
together
tracks,
and stuff.
Actually. That
yeah.
completely tracks.
Yeah, solid.
I wonder if she's in the same prison as what's her name? Ruby Frankie. Isn't she in jail, or Jody, whatever?
No, Jen and Elizabeth Holmes are in Bryan Federal Prison Camp in Texas.
Oh, they're in Texas.
It's a federal. They're
Is it
for
like
federal
Camp
crimes.
Cupcake though? Is it like a Martha Stewart
Oh yeah,
situation?
it's a
that, yeah.
totally. It's a low issue prisoner.
We
Low.
need to see her at like in the Colorado Supermax.
Oh, that'd
The
be great.
slammer.
Yeah. I need to see her in a real dark place. That's
I'm
what I
gonna guess
need.
she doesn't have a lot of her products with her in prison right now.
I just hate her. Like she just has no respect for anybody around her.
No,
Oh,
she's an asshole.
God.
It gets worse.
I
You've
think
only
I
seen
read-
a little bit of it.
You're skimming the surface right now. So
Okay.
I think I read The Great Gatsby too young. I think that's my problem. It shaped my worldview. Instead of reading help me. What did I read? The Overlook Hotel. Help me. Jack Nicholson.
Shining.
The Shining.
Shining.
Yeah.
I read The Shining when I was 10. Maybe I was really reading Gatsby and I just didn't realize.
I see.
Yeah.
Probably both were a little too young for you, or you were
Maybe.
too young for it. But
Yeah,
okay.
maybe.
So next time on, guys, they scream at each other in beautiful clawfoot tubs that are built into the side of a mountain.
I've also
Which is
watched that
Fletch.
episode because again, we were going to record this afternoon. I want to go to this place.
I
It
do
looks
too.
Cool.
I do too. Mm-hmm.
It's very
Yeah,
cool.
it looked fun.
Yeah.
The trip, their trip didn't look fun, but
No.
No.
Place looked cool.
The place.
And
yeah,
it's not
location.
expensive. It's like $30 a person.
So-
oh,
yeah, it's not expensive. I looked it up.
Well,
Making
how
it
did you
sound
guys?
Pretty appealing. Yeah.
How did you guys like revisiting season 1? Was this a journey for you?
it was like a snooze fest.
It was like
This
a,
episode.
It was like a totally
Wow.
different.
Even though there was a rap battle and
Yeah,
a
the-
hip
Throwing
hop
glasses?
dance off.
It gets to the point where there is so much drama between everyone that you can't really even keep the storyline straight within one
Mhm.
episode of who's mad at who. And this just didn't keep that pace.
This was like an alternate reality. It was like glimpsing into a parallel universe where like I had no recollection of this episode at all. So it was just
Interesting.
like seeing the people that we know now in a completely different set of circumstances. It was so
Mm.
strange.
So by the time people hear this, this is next week, right? So it'll be Thursday of next
Yep.
week. Do you guys want to do just a real quick, like 5-minute talk about Gypsy Rose?
Oh,
Ooh,
sure.
Because we haven't
Yes.
talked about it a lot.
Red
Is-
for yes, blue for no.
Yeah,
what
that's
is what is your favorite reality television show right now? Why is it Gypsy Rose?
Oh, Gypsy Rose bringing it. Well, that's what we were like. Of course, Sister Wives has been very sad, very emotional,
Yeah,
very heavy.
yeah.
And then we're like, thank God we're watching through Poly Family
Mhm.
and Gypsy Rose because that is bringing the levity. So yeah, that's been the saving grace this week so far.
I've been enjoying keeping up with the stuff that's going on online while also watching the show, knowing that they're
So-
probably filming another season of it.
So much lore.
Oh, you think?
I
Oh,
think so.
I say keep it coming. I want to cover Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup, season 26, episode 13.
Well, as of yesterday, we are recording on May 10th. As of yesterday, Sweet Aurora is now legally
I love
Which
that
means
she
he didn't go to the
couldn't wait.
hospital.
No,
She couldn't wait.
She couldn't wait
Couldn't
one
until the
week.
fucking episode happened on Tuesday or Monday.
Nope.
Mhm.
Mhm. Now, to be fair, there's so many people who are like constantly like Googling her. Someone probably would have gotten the court record anyway before the episode, but still.
Ron Anderson here. Is that baby better a Yerker or Anderson? Red for yes, blue for no. Red for yes, blue for no.
You know that Ryan was not going to make that drive to
No.
their hospital
No.
the day the baby is born.
And I
Absolutely
can't say
not.
I blame him.
No,
I hate
wouldn't
Ryan, but I
either.
can't say I blame him.
Look, we made that realization because we were defending Gypsy for not driving to Mia's graduation, the pinning
Mhm.
ceremony.
Mhm.
And then in the next segment, we were about to go a little bit rough on Ryan with not going to sign that form. And it's like, honestly, I probably wouldn't either.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
would.
not while
I'm a people
everyone's
pleaser.
everyone's there like celebrating the baby. I'd be like, fuck off. I'm not
But-
coming over there.
But if you did it as a TikTok live, that was Carly's
Mm,
alteration
right.
where,
Have
yeah,
it
you
coming into
should.
the hospital. Should
Hey
I send
guys,
should
you
Ron
say-
Anderson
Some
here.
rumors.
Ron Anderson. I'm
You
driving
should
over the
say.
hospital. Should I blow this light? Red for yes, blue for no.
All right, everybody, I'm going to put you on the dash here for a minute. I got to pull in my parking
This
space.
is so much better.
It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Did you see my reel where I acted out the scene with him and his mother?
No, I didn't see it.
No, I'm not on Instagram though.
Oh, Mama, I don't know if I could do this. Oh, baby. Oh,
She called me my joy, and it just gets me in my places.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I like that. If she's calling you her joy, I don't know if I like that.
Makes me feel things.
And are you enjoying Polyfamily?
Holy family.
Renew it now.
I'm
I know.
into it.
And
It's-
please,
Do it.
I need 12 more episodes.
And it's not a matter of if, but when the wheels fall off of this one. Because
You mean
it's gonna be
when
a train
Tyler decides to claim all of his children?
Right.
wreck. Yep. He's gonna take
Tyler
his
takes
ball
all
and
the
go
and
home.
murders
like
him
the
in his
drive-through
sleep.
paternity test and gets it
Pretty
all
much.
taken care of.
Scary stuff.
Oh my god.
This
I'm
might
here.
cross over for you too, Amy. That might be one of your reality shows that becomes a murder show.
Yeah,
It
like
might.
Yeah,
Gypsy
you'll have to keep
Rose.
an eye on it. You'll have to
There's
keep
Sean
an eye
is
on it.
walking simmering rage, so it could happen at any moment.
There is a
Yes.
real small subgenre of murder reality shows, and I feel like Gypsy's the only one there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could have
So
others
she
come in.
needs some company. Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, you two. Thank you so much for doing
Thank you
this
for
with
joining
us.
Of
We really
course.
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it.
us. Always a joy.
You're the joy.
Mama Joy,
You're
Mama Joy.
Amy Joy.
Talk about everything.
Can you tell everyone where to find you guys if they don't know, which I'm sure they do?
Yeah, you can check out Surviving Reality or Surviving Sister Wives anywhere that you listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
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 Everywhere.
Literally
Everywhere.
anywhere. All right, guys. We ran the gamut here. We started off goofy, and then I ended with a Great Gatsby quote. And I feel like we've done our job here.
Yes.
Yes,
Our work here is
yes.
done.
So thank you so much, Amanda. Thank you.
Amy, thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to Little Miss Recap. If you'd like to support the show, the best way you can do that is to join our Twin Flame universe, which is our Patreon, Supercast, and Apple subscription feeds. The links for those are in the show notes. You get ad-free episodes and a ton of bonus content. You can also subscribe to the feed so you don't miss an episode, share the show with a friend, and leave a 5-star review. To contact the show, please email me directly at amy@littlemissrecap.com or join our Facebook group Backdoor Friends. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.